Good.
Hello! By the Wicked.
Right.
Yes, last time.
What?
We got a Medusa. Isabel the Beautiful, apparently she's called these days. I think she was called the Cursed before. But yeah, the party talked around and talked around some more and then talked around even more and then decided we should go and visit that Medusa. And we did. And she didn't really listen to us much. She was pretty pissed, like looking at us trying to turn us to stone. So we sent Karen after her, and he kind of beat her up with like magic and swordplay and flying and not getting turned to stone, which was pretty great. And subdue her, and we brought her back, and we engaged in some nice roleplay with her, and convinced her to bend her knee before us and swear loyalty, basically undying, body and soul, to us for all eternity. And in return, we promised her that maybe, she can maybe reestablish a cult of sorts. And she's very serene and extremely old. And right now she's hovering in like one of these side rooms, not doing much. Being very haughty, but under our control.
I like the fact that she is literally just floating there.
Yeah. And I think that is basically what happened last time. In terms of like moving the plot forward.
It feels like there should have been. My mind says there should have been more, but
Not really.
Yeah,
It was.
It feels like it was really little, but it just took a while.
It took a while because we actually engaged in, character interaction.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm very slow waiting for Kyron to catch up to the Medusa while
I
behind.
promised a full picture.
Yay.
Ah,
Here you go.
Her dress is not that ripped.
well,
Yeah, you lied
not in this one.
about how bad her dress was.
Karen has,
Ripped it.
whacked her with a falchion and stuff. So these days it's kind of.
It's fine. Mending.
She does have very nice shoes on. Cassie's gonna ask her where she could bought those shoes.
Where did you find those shoes?
2,000 years ago.
Never bought anything. If Cash asks, you will be told that she never needed to buy anything. She was given them.
Of course.
I don't think
And
Cassie.
trips.
Cassie's not gonna ask her. That was just a joke.
Sure.
Would Cash like a pair for her birthday?
Where do you get those shoes?
Like we get the first like female minion, and Cash immediately starts talking shoes. Like, oh,
Is this the first female companion? Really?
It is the
The
first-
first named one.
Rumblejack is a woman.
oh, I'm so sorry, Grubblejack.
No?
Twist.
Oh,
No.
Grumblejack
Oh.
is actually a
male
woman.
ogre.
well, there you go. That that's
we
that's for
actually-
Kyron then.
We never actually asked him if he.
Good luck conquering
He has
that
a
beast.
beard.
We assumed.
Well, dwarves have beards, and
I'm
Okay, so
never
on
going
this
to get rid of
question-
that mental image now.
Right, you could shape change.
What?
Malika,
Image.
double check. The date, we've been here for 32 days?
Yes.
Okay.
We're beginning the 33rd day.
Oh. fancy.
when
We're beginning now. So,
when do we know when the troops are in position in the pass?
likely they will be around the 10th to 15th day. You also know that your people, your troops from the ship will be here within any day now, really.
Yeah, we need to meet them clearly.
If they aren't here already.
10th to 15th day or this side, so what that be since we've been here?
I was thinking on the map. There is up in Downerly. Is that how you say it?
Can someone move Shadow Horse? That's like.
Yeah, Downley. What about Downley?
There is an old lighthouse.
Yes.
What's about that?
It's a road called Old Lighthouse Road.
Oh, okay. I thought that spot right there
Oh, sure.
was a lighthouse.
Might be in a lighthouse. There must have been a lighthouse at some point, unless the way of naming the streets is really arbitrary, which I guess it is.
But it is kind of.
Well, yeah, I just forgot that
Pumpkin!
the guy
Pumpkin
who
Street.
made this was,
I'm
There's a
going to
story
call
for
this
every
road
name, for
Old
every road
Lighthouse
in
Way,
this place. So,
even though there's no lighthouse.
The
like
people
Iris Way. You would
Exactly.
never guess what that story is.
No,
Mm.
never.
I mean, he might have just named Old Lighthouse Road this.
Oh, we
want
should
to
we
be-
should we should have asked the Duke to name a street after us, because after we brought back
Whispering Lord Lane.
Whispering Lord Lane.
Can you please rename? Can you please rename the Red Quarter to Whispering Lord Lane?
Can you
Yeah,
please
the Whis-
rename the red quarter to green quarter? I like green much more.
I much more like,
I'll rename wrong side to right side.
or rename the priest quarters to the
Devil Quarters?
Arcane study of Asmodeus.
quarter. Rename the priest quarters to the arcane quarters. Why don't you?
Like, no.
No,
Not
rename the
gonna
priest. Just rename the priest quarters to simply Nessus.
Oh, I regret Nessa's quarter. It's like that
You
seems
are legally
oddly,
obligated to do this.
This seems oddly familiar for some reason.
It would be kind of weird just to ask him to, rename all the names for the opposites. Salt quarter is pepper quarter.
I think you would enjoy renaming the priest quarters to lice quarter or something like that.
Like I just had the idea of renaming 9 of the districts to one for each of the 9 layers of hell.
Yeah, exactly.
You must do this. You're legally obligated.
That'd be interesting.
Downally that actually sounds. Upperly does sounds better than downally. At least I think so. Upperly.
Properly, sure. So, all right. Well, we can. Yeah, we have minions arriving. We should probably talk to them. Zacharias will use his.
Currently day 3. It is morning. And you get up. I suppose you haven't slept all night, because you don't need to.
No.
So.
You would, Zacharias would use his scrying to find out where the minions are. Like he would scry, I don't know, Trick or someone. Trick is on the ship,
Sure.
right? Yeah.
Scry Trick. Trick, it seems, is not currently on the ship.
Zacharias will message him with a spell.
Sure. It looks like he's walking on some street in some city.
Oh, goddamn it, is he here? Where's Grumbly like? Alright, Zacharias will whisper him. Trick! Your master's call!
For a sec, I was like, maybe it's because I thought you said the wrong name, that you said track.
He failed. He's like in
Track is
Russia now.
currently
Yeah, he's like off.
Oh,
He's like,
well.
I'm out.
Well, he sort of looks quickly around as he then sort of turns into an alleyway and answers, yes, I suppose so. How may I aid you?
You are not on the ship anymore, Trick. Have you landed near Gaston Hall?
We have landed nearby, however, it seemed prudent not to bring everyone to ask for your orders. I'm at the moment looking for you.
Zacharias nods. Good. You can come to the old Crowley estate in the Duke's quarters. Lord's quarters? Duke's quarters? Lord's quarters.
Lords.
I shall do that then.
Good. Zacharias will end the transmission with that.
Sure.
Transmission lost.
Zacharias will walk over and open up Cash's door. And basically tell her that Trick has landed with the rest of the group and he's on his way here.
She will do her best to hide how happy she is, but you can kind of tell by her eyes, and she will just say very well.
Zacharias will, have a sly smile on his lip as he walks over and just opens up the door to Asurius's lonesome workshop. By the way, if you look your stuff over, does everyone have at least a cloak resistance +2?
I think everyone has +2 except someone.
Jake
Marcus,
had the
I think.
+1, I think. He took my +1 off me. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I can probably increase that. We have money. Yes,
You're hearing. You're seeing flashes of hell appearing in this room.
Yeah, Zacharias will step in and look over the Asurius. How is it going? You have been slaving away at that thing for quite some time now.
it is quite difficult to make it so it can completely destroy the defense of an angel, but it should be done by midnight.
Zacharias smiles viciously. Excellent. I think Kyron will be most pleased. He is so into bloodshed.
And this will definitely help. Anything with the inkling against us should pretty much, well, they may not have a good day.
Good.
As you see a dark bolt of lightning just shoot off the sword by accident.
Blast a hole in the wall like oops. Zacharias says, Trick and the others have landed nearby, and he is on his way here to receive orders.
Understood.
And they will walk out and open the door to Kyron's room.
I suppose they'll be sort of merry talking, eating, and drinking.
Probably. Followed by silence as well as a come in.
Zacharias will open the door, not really waiting for the answer. He's a wizard. He go where he pleases.
Oh, Zacharias, we were just talking about you. Never mind.
Raichu grins.
Zacharias gives them an icy glare and all of his like wizardly imperiousness, and then he says, "No doubt, Trick and the rest of the group has landed near Gaston Hall. They're on their way here to receive some orders."
I see. Well, that's good then, I suppose. More people to do work for us.
Yes. Zacharias, nods, turns around and walks away, closing the door with a flick of a wrist or something. He doesn't deign closing doors himself anymore.
Kyron looks to Raiju, just shrugs in Zacharias' direction, and then resumes with whatever story he was just telling.
So there was this dragon.
Spinning the spit and sort of eating. And just, well, I guess they just feast, really. Merry talk and good smells coming from that room. Kyron's just the kind of guy that Raiju likes. Strong, and he likes to tell tales and have good food and wine. So, it's wonderful.
And the same with Marcus. Basically opening the door and telling him that Trick and the others have landed. What is Marcus doing?
Nothing really.
Just sitting there?
Meditating, basically. I don't freaking know. This is just where I put my token.
Imagine like holocrons whispering in the walls.
Yeah.
Join us, come with us, join us.
I am Darth Thornblade.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Trick and the others have landed. They're on their way here.
Okay.
Okay.
That's excellent. Oh, okay. Yep.
Yes, shakes his head as he walks down the corridor. Marcus puzzles me sometimes.
A small crack in this wall where a bolt of lightning hit him.
Zacharias will step into Isabel.
She's still just sort of hovering there, her arms crossed and her eyes closed. All the snakes do sort of move towards his direction, smelling the air.
Zacharias will say, Isabel.
Some answer, yes.
We have some minions arriving soon to us. I wish you to be at the meeting. You need to familiarize yourself with some of the other servants that we have.
As you wish, my lord.
It's not good. Well, they will, promptly leave her.
She'll sort of stay there, assuming that you'll come get her when you need to go.
Enough of that. Zacharias will. What will he do? Oh, actually, we'll return to his room. He has some things to do in there.
Closing the door with open close.
Arcane lock on the door.
I just walk up.
Yes,
Spell magic. Hello.
Well, Drake knocks on the door. I suppose, are there any more servants in here by now?
No,
I've gotten rid of all of them.
we kind of got rid of him.
All right.
Timian guards the door.
Timian gets the door. All right.
Sure.
Yeah, Timian can get the
I
door.
mean, it's okay with that. Not really that much else to do. Although I think actually, isn't he doing something right now? Whatever.
Is he?
Today's guarding the door.
He's taking a break
I
today.
think he's like doing crime.
Oh, he's not doing
No.
crime.
But what a crime he's doing today.
He's the most criminal doorkeeper.
Yes, he's such a criminal.
As,
That guy.
as people come up to the door to say like, have you confessed your sins to Mithra recently? He robs them all their stuff and kicks them out.
Just stab them through the confession wall. He just takes the stuff.
Crime does pay.
Crime in the goddamn cathedral.
Yeah, that'd be pretty damn great.
Precisional headquarters.
Yes.
Like that would be actually pretty hardcore. Comes back with like a bag full of holy symbols.
If all the wooden ones just turn into a giant bonfire by Azurius.
That is how the Whispering Lords do. I can hear a lot of typing. Is that gonna be canon now?
What? Typing?
Let in the door. Timian will sort of, well, tell him where he needs to go. No reason to show this guy around. And Zacharias will hear knocking on his door.
Yes. Zacharias will basically. How long has Zacharias been in here, by the way?
It's been about an hour or so.
Okay, fine. That would probably be kind of enough time for more than once. He will, the door opens on its own. Zacharias, looks out. Yes, sees Trick and says, "Ah, good."
He bows. I came as soon as I could find the place.
Zacharias nods. Good, good. Steps out, closes the door behind him, quickly, so Trick doesn't see what was going on in there.
He doesn't even try.
Good. He knows better. Zacharias will point down the corridor, go to the meeting room. We will assemble there shortly. Zacharias walks up, looks at Timian and says, "Timian, gather the others to the meeting room."
Timian will go. Ask Kyron. Will tell Kyron that there's a meeting in the meeting room.
And we'll come to the meeting.
Did Zacharias say anything about Raiju or?
Raiju can
Isabel?
certainly attend as well, and yeah, he will say get Raiju and Isabel, and why not
Just
even get Halthus as well? Everyone is invited this time.
We don't have enough chairs.
Well, luckily the minions can stand.
Because
Isabel
that's how we
never
do things.
stands. She hovers.
Of course.
Oh, fancy.
Trick can certainly. He has earned a place to sit, I think. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, the spellcasters get this side of the table. We're clearly better.
Alphonse
Clearly.
will stand here.
Of course.
No. Oh, can Halfus sit there?
Oh, he could.
Sure.
He would rather sort of stand here and just sort of
Why not?
Isabel clearly has a seat for float above.
look. No, Isabel doesn't sit.
She
She
can
does
float
its
above it.
ordinary chair.
Just float.
I guess that's Mutt's chair then.
Zacharias.
He's not here.
No, he's doing stuff.
That's how doing work.
Mods would certainly enjoy the conversation with Kyron.
Yes,
It would
clearly.
be Barclay's chair if he were alive.
Yeah.
A single tear.
Aw,
Everyone-
again.
Or the kobold leader.
We all take a moment of silence for
On
lost
that
friends.
chair's like a little sheet of paper
Yeah.
saying reserved for Barclay.
Kyron solemnly, drinks in honor of his memory.
Yeah,
Every
every
day.
time there's a
Every
meeting,
day,
he just
exactly.
glances at the chair and takes a few shots.
Yep.
And he doesn't talk that much more.
Must
Exactly.
forget.
Just looks grim. Right, Zacharias will look around and say, good, we're all gathered. He looks over to Trick. First of all, I would like to have a short report of the journey here. Any difficulties? Anything that happened that we should be aware of?
about and says, "The journey seemed to go very uneventful, really. We did sail between Matherin and we did have to answer to some coastal guards. However, after this point, it was not with much difficulty. There were some lizardmen who thought it was a good idea to, assault our ship, but they were quickly dispatched, and they did not return." It smiles at the thought. It really was no problem. So beyond that, we have docked the ship outside Gaston Hall. There's a small fishing village to the south, on the other side of the river. We thought it would be a good idea to have some distance. We have left the ship. It seemed to be too dangerous to really stay on it with the cargo, and our troops are currently hiding in the nearby forest. It is only a matter of time, however, before they will be discovered there, and I really came here to request a location that we can make our way to.
Zacharias nods. Yes, of course. Yeah, bring out the map. I assume we have a map somewhere. And he will put it on the table and basically point at the Vale, and he will say, "The plan, in short, is this. Look around. We have not been idle. We have gathered powerful allies in the city. The undead Prince Gaius with his vampires is on our side." He will indicate to Isabel first, because she's actually sworn loyalty, so she should be mentioned first in this case. We also have a new member of the organization, Isabel the Beautiful. Zacharias nods to her. She is a favored servant of the lords and should be treated as such. Looking gravely at Trick and the others.
Trick looks interested and intrigued at this lady, although he seems to, not really glance at her face.
Zacharias nods. Isabel, in return, these pointing out, these are the servants of the Whispering Lords, and they are to be treated with respect as well.
Isabel nods, but doesn't really respond.
Good. He points again at the map. We have gathered powerful allies, and we have acquisitioned a large contingent of bugbears, led by two of Sakura Fire Axe, the most competent commanders, or so he claims. Let's see, what was his name? Headtaker was one, right?
Headtaker and
Blackmane? Darkmane?
Something like that, yeah.
something like
yeah. Headtaker and Blackmane. They are currently moving their troops into this mountain passage. He will point at the map. This will be the staging area for our troops. In a few weeks, we march on the Vale. We will attack in winter. They will not expect it. We will go for a surprise and terror attack, trying to cut them down before they can raise any alarm. And then we will block off the Vale, siege it, let none escape. The order is to kill everything inside.
Tricknod says, "I suppose that is what the bugbears are best at."
Zacharias nods. Yes. It is unlikely that soldiers is the only defendants of the Vale. The lords will certainly be there to lead this charge. Zacharias smiles. You can all rejoice. You have the great honor to fight beside us.
What about the golem? Where's that?
It is currently in the forest. It seemed a bit hard to move. Some shrugs, but it did after a while. Sort of looks a bit grave. We needed bait.
Ah. Has there been many casualties to the murderer's urges?
Looks some. It is not good for morale. Or it did create the incentive to move faster.
Well, everything
So
we
that
can get, I
means
guess.
that our dogs are in the forest too, and the Gorkamera.
No, yes.
Good.
The undead was similarly hard, but it did not protest when we carried it.
I told it not to, so it was unlike the golem. It was not planning to kill you.
Well, you know how it is with a golem.
Synchronized nods to Trick. You have done well, Trick. I think I can speak for all of the lords when I say that we are pleased.
Smiles and sort of nods. I must say, it is good to be on land again. Good to be well at your service, by the words.
Synchronized nods. Good. We will talk of the possibility of a reward for your services after this meeting. He looks around, points again at the map. As I said, we will be attacking the Vale at the beginning of winter. We are going to siege it, take it by force as quickly as possible, and kill everything and everyone inside. To this effect, we have gathered some of the allies we have here in the room. We have the bugbears on the way, and we have still some plots in motion to try to get more information on the Vale itself. Looking around, anything that any of you may know of the Vale, or anything in it of its defenses, he moves a hand. Feel free to share that. If not, he looks around. I suggest that we start moving our troops and minions to the pass to await the bugbears. Having them close to the city or in the city, we are running the risk of detection.
Timian rises from his seat. I don't know how much you know of the Vale, but there is some information that I do know.
And tell us.
My younger brother was sent there. He was sent there because he seemed to have a connection to Mithra, and because the Vale is the place that produces the most people with the divine gift.
Divine gift.
Divine curse, some of us might say.
Said Master Chiron. I'm simply using the words I have been taught, my lord. I have, he begins to stumble a bit in his words. I know much of Talengard. I have lived here my whole life, and I have been taught as a noble son what I needed to know as a squire, and more so than most. I was never as good with the sword as I was with learning. And I do know some things. Besides that, I was talking. We visited the Golden Palace, and the first couple of times I didn't learn much, but later I met a priest who was as drunk as I was the first couple of times. So smiles, and it seemed that he, told some information that he maybe shouldn't have.
I see.
You all know of the trials that initiates go through in the Vale.
We heard about them. Climbing a mountain and such.
Yeah, something of climbing a mountain and facing a phoenix.
Well, yes. The first of them is to go, to sail out on the lake and climb the mountain of the Phoenix. The second one is to make your way through the Serene Garden It is a labyrinth that only the enlightened can make their way through. After that, it is to, well, step through the holy fire